Good morning, everybody. Today I am going to be working on this Maytag commercial technology washer. It does have the remote enable setting on it. So the issue I'm having with this washer is I'm receiving a F7E4 code, and whenever I look it up on the Maytag website, it says shifter and low power cycle. So I already inspected the part earlier and went to the store and bought it, and pretty much what we're going to be replacing is this part here. This is pretty much the part that goes under the tub of the washer, and I bought this at Reliable Parts. Cost me about 40 bucks. The pricing can depend on if you have an account with them or not, but honestly it's a pretty cheap price. Now, if you don't have a store located near you, you could also order it online, and that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. But in order for us to get to this part, we're going to have to tilt it with the dolly, get under it, and then I'll show you guys how we can get access to replace this part, and then I'll also be showing you the old part and compare it with this one. All right, let's go ahead and do it, guys. So I got the washer tilted already, and you are probably not going to need a lot of tools for this replacement. In reality, I have a drill myself, but if you don't have a drill, you can just get yourself a screwdriver with this bit. And the bit is a CRB T30. Basically what you're gonna need is this bit right here and a knife. So having a drill is actually gonna make this job easier for me, but like I said, if you don't have one, you can use a screwdriver. It's just gonna take you a little bit more time. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get to it. Okay, all right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get this loose. And like I said, I already got to this part before I even started recording, so this is gonna be a little bit faster for me. Okay, so next thing, we're gonna pull this with both hands. It is gonna be a little bit tight just because it's magnetic, and it's gonna be stuck to these coils on the side, and these magnets just make it a little bit stiff to come out. And next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use this knife, and I'm gonna show you guys the part that we're gonna have to take off. So if you look closely, this pin right here actually comes off. So when we pop it off, let's see. So that pops off. One second. You can use both hands. It just made it a little bit harder for me to take it off with one hand. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the process. So once you have this off, I'm gonna focus the camera a little bit. So once you have this off, the rest of it comes off pretty easy, kind of like a spring. Okay, so that's off. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this spring off. Okay, always make sure you remember how the parts go. You don't want to put any parts backwards because it's just gonna make things harder for you. Now, this is the part that we're gonna be replacing, the shifter. So like I said, I got this off of Reliable Parts. It cost me about 40 bucks. The difference between this me part and this one is going to be this. It's the exact same part, it's just that this one's the old one and this is the new one. Now the difference here is pretty much this magnet here is loose, and it should not be loose. Okay. Let's see. So this just comes off really easy. In reality, it shouldn't do that. It should stay firm and still. It should not move at all. Okay. This is pretty stiff, and we're gonna go ahead and replace this part. We're gonna put it back together, and we're gonna go ahead and see if the washer runs with no problems after this replacement. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and install this new part. If you forgot for any reason how this part goes, it's pretty easy. Just make sure that the side that has the spring fits in this little space here, so you'll know it's the right way. Just go ahead and install this spring here, and next we're gonna install this little gasket. Okay, second. Okay, seems like it's on. Oh, came off. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Huh. It's actually giving me a little bit hard time. There you go. All right, so it's on now. Now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and install this little part, this cover. And luckily the shifter came with a new screw, so we're gonna go ahead and install the new screw. Okay, nice and tight. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and tilt it back up, and we're gonna run it, do a test run, and see if the problem is gone. All right, so yesterday when I hooked it up, like I said, I got the code F7E4, and whenever I did a test run on this, it only spun for maybe a couple seconds, and then it's a cycle complete. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go ahead and do that cycle again. We're gonna go ahead and put it on a quick wash, and we're gonna see how this thing runs. Okay, let's go ahead. All right, so I hear the water valves. That's a good sign. All right, so I'm seeing the impeller agitate, which is a good sign. All right, so we got the spin cycle going. All we're gonna do is just wait for the spin cycle to finish, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to recalibrate, and also how to go into diagnostic mode. So the reason why you want to go ahead and go into recalibration mode, it's because after you're done replacing a part, you want to recalibrate it. That way it could erase all the existing error codes after replacing the part, and that way you can see if any other new codes pop up, or if the washer just go ahead and just running pretty good with no issues. And the way you do it is you're gonna, like I said, click spin, temperature, and soil 3 times in a row. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you want to make sure that the screen is off, and if it's on, it's probably not going to work, but you're going to get a message that says this area is for service technicians only. And like I said, you're going to click enter, and you're going to go ahead and click enter again, and it's going to take you to these little screens here. So extra rinse is going to be next, remote enable is going to be back, deep fill is going to be exit, and delay start is going to be enter. So on the first setting, we're going to put enter, And we're gonna get into the next screen, which is gonna say factory cycle. Put next, DLMS calibration cycle. You're gonna put enter after you're done replacing that part, and then afterwards you're gonna do it again, and then you're gonna go ahead and hit okay, let's go back. Fault history, which is gonna be the previous screen. Now on fault history, you're gonna put enter, and it's gonna show you all the error codes that the washer has. So this one is empty. So since we replaced the part and we did the calibration, it erased the code itself. So this is a pretty good sign. We don't have to clear any codes off. And that's pretty much what you do after you replace the whole part on this Maytag commercial technology washer. And thank you guys.